Now, divisions within the Trump administration have started to emerge. His advisor and billionaire Tesla founder Elon Musk now publicly clashing with Trump's trade advisor Peter Navarro on X, even calling him a moron. Now, for more on all of this, we can bring in Kethevane Gorjestani, international affairs editor. Kethevane, is this the first public split we're seeing emerge within the Trump White House?
Not really, but it really has hit some highs. But really, tensions within the Trump coalition have been brewing for months, really dating back to even before Donald Trump entered the Oval Office and the White House. It really started, the first big disagreement was this idea of the H-1B visas, those visas for high-skilled worker. And you remember back then, there was a split between the so-called globalists like Elon Musk and his then partner Vivek Ramaswamy, who were very much in favor of those high-skilled workers coming to the United States because they said that they needed the best brains to come to the U.S. Versus the sort of America First advisors
MAGA
within the White House, like, for example, Stephen Miller, who is very much for restricting as much as possible all forms of immigration. Then you moved into the beginning of the Doge effect, and you had that clash within the cabinet with Elon Musk and the different secretaries who were expressing their frustration at how much power Elon Musk was wielding and the fact that while they agreed with the ultimate goal of Doge, they weren't so comfortable with the sort of bulldozer way that Elon Musk was going and cutting through their own agencies. Donald Trump even had to intervene and sort of rein in a bit Elon Musk. And Elon Musk has grown increasingly unpopular with the American people. We saw it, for example, with that election, that Supreme Court vote in Wisconsin, where he put a lot of money in, and it was sort of a referendum against Elon Musk. And so recently you had Donald Trump hinting at the fact that not only was Elon Musk not going to stay longer than expected, he might even be leaving sooner than expected. We don't know when that would be. And the latest rift, of course, is the rift over those tariffs, because Elon Musk, as I said, is a globalist. He's someone who has come out publicly for sort of free trade, especially between the U.S. and the EU. And you have Peter Navarro, who is a very big hawk on when it comes to tariffs. And so they came at loggerheads on X over the weekend. Elon Musk started questioning the intelligence of Navarro. Navarro hit back, saying that basically Tesla was simply assembling cars in the United States. And then Elon Musk replied with this idea that Peter Navarro was a moron and dumber than a sack of bricks. Now, so far, Donald Trump himself has not really weighed into this battle between some of his top advisors, but the White House press secretary did, simply dismissing this as boys will be boys.
And then Elon Musk went on to say that what he said was insulting to bricks. So it just keeps spiraling. But on top of all of this, we have some incredible new revelations about the economic expert who's behind a lot of these tariffs.
Yes, what happened there, and it's actually interesting because it's Elon Musk who brought it back into the spotlight in one of his posts where he referenced this person, Ron Vara, an economic expert. And now this is not a new story, but Elon Musk has brought it back to light. It dates back to actually the first Trump administration because Peter Navarro has been around for a long time. And Peter Navarro, for years, sort of quoted this person, Ron Vara, dozens of times in several of his books, referencing him as an economic expert who was a China hawk when it came to trade, also very much influential when it came to the idea of tariffs, except in 2019, someone discovered that Ron Vara simply did not exist. It was actually an anagram of Pete Navarro's name, Navarro, Ron Vara. And at the time, Peter Navarro simply dismissed this as sort of an inside joke and that he was happy that someone was finally getting the joke. He even compared himself to Alfred Hitchcock and his cameos in his own movies. But the serious part of this is that over the years, Peter Navarro has used those quotes of a made-up person to justify his policy and his push for the different tariff policies. And that's how we've come to this point with Donald Trump and his sweeping global tariffs. And so what you're seeing there is that throughout the years, a made-up person and his positions on tariffs have had really real-world consequences when it comes to what the U.S. president is now imposing on the rest of the world and the global markets.
It doesn't sound like those two are going to kiss and make up anytime soon. We'll see how the story pans out. Thank you very much for that, Kethevane Gorjestani there.